Here we are at Converge 2024, and this year I'm featuring the Automate Labs because Automate has been a smash hit with so many customers. And we have so many labs, we're able to cover a few of them this week. So I wanted you to meet some hosts from outside the United States. This is a global event. So guys, please introduce yourselves.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rick Bancroft. I'm a TAM from the UK.
I'm Cordian Henkel. I'm a TAM from Germany, and happy to be here.
So what is the title of your Automate Lab?
The title is Driving Efficiencies with Tanium Automate.
Okay, that sounds pretty straightforward.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah, hard to remember. So what do people get to do in that lab?
So it's a multi-section lab. So the lab itself is more of a workshop. We go in, we have some introductions into automation itself, how Tanium fits. We then go through a demo, we go through some labs, and then the key part to I think this session is doing we call it an ideation session. So we want to brainstorm, we want to get the attendees, so we had 70 attendees in here. We want them to get things on the table that they do day to day, and actually how can we apply Automate to their jobs, and we've had some great feedback today.
Because it really helps to learn something if you know, hey, this is where I'm going to use this. Now I'm really vested in paying attention and
exactly.
Getting the most out of the lab. Fantastic. So this is more than just an everyday Converge lab.
Yeah.
They're all special, but this one's a little extra special because it's a workshop. What does that mean?
As we said then, that means that people get stuck into, first of all, they have access to labs, they can play with the products, they're shown things by us, we talk about what you can do, but then we get them all to turn around and actually focus in on what their organizations struggle with, what they think they can improve things with automation are. So we give them about half an hour and then go through a recap and listen to their ideas. It's been fascinating.
Yeah, and to add to that, really the other portion of the workshop really is the labs themselves, right? So it helps every attendee that we bring a couple of use cases already into our labs, right? One thing was the automatic removal of unused software, because that has been a pain point for a lot of customers, freeing up those licenses that you no longer use or need because the software is not really in use, right? So we have around 5 different use cases, 5 labs that we ran through today. It was enough to give a spark around what the capabilities are, and it really was the starting point for all the discussions. And everybody brought so many ideas to the table. It was a fantastic feeling in the room, and everybody had a discussion around what can we do with this product, and they were all really excited.
That's great. So what are your favorite parts in this that make you excited?
Yeah, so for me, really, it's kind of the feeling that there's a missing piece that was in the platform, unfortunately, but where we had workarounds, of course, so we were able to do things beforehand, but it's really like the fitting piece that all ties everything together, and we have the integrations to, for example, the patch module, and it really opens up this whole new world of opportunity, and that's really what drives value, and I really enjoy that. And I saw the joy in so many faces today, and that was the most impressive thing for me.
Yeah, the joy was also because we were giving out chocolates, but and I think for me, having a session like this where we don't tend to run sessions where you have 70 people in a room all start talking to each other, all come up with ideas, things we've not thought of, things that we now will take away and be able to talk more about. That for me was the best bit, is just having lots more creativity in the room than a normal lab session.
So tell me a little bit more about that. You've gotten to hear a lot of the conversation. What are people saying?
So people are saying there's people that are looking at their current scheduled actions, and do we move those to Automate? Do we what's the most efficient way of doing that? There's people coming up. I mean, people using Automate already, which is great. We've had use cases where there's BitLocker encryption. If it's missing, Automate can run through the steps to get it on. If it's not the right if it's 128-bit encryption, actually we now need it to be 256. So it's just those things where we don't live in an IT organization. That sort of stuff, just it makes it really valuable to us, really valuable to the people that attend as well.
How about you, Cordian? What have you heard today?
So for me, one thing that stuck out was really the entire story around patching, right? So of course we have one lab which is patching a clustered SQL database. And it was really that so many people in this session were like, oh, we have done that, we've been there, and this would really help us. And they took our playbook and they said, this is a great starting point. I would do like a little bit of adjustment here, a little bit of doing things different there, a bit of customization really. And yeah, it was great feedback. It was a great experience. And yeah, for me, like SQL or server patching, that was really one main use case for today.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you both. And I know there were others who couldn't be here today who are really part of shaping this lab, as well as you guys. I want to thank you because I know building labs is a lot of work. And I appreciate all of the late nights that you put into this, building it for this experience here at Converge. And so for those of you watching, you might get a chance to get hands-on with this because this lab is actually a workshop that's going to be delivered across Tanium globally. So just keep an eye on your Tanium communications. Ask the people that you talk to at Tanium if you can get your hands on this lab here. So thank you. And again, stay tuned to this YouTube channel for more coverage of Converge 2024. And until next time, go Tanium.